My name is Steaven K. Jones. I am a real estate developer, and I have been developing in West Los Angeles primarily, although I would say Southern California, for the past 54 years. We own 22 commercial buildings in West Los Angeles now. Downtown Santa Monica and Southern California have been very, very good to us. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I met my wife in Boston, Massachusetts, and so we moved to Tucson and then out here. I worked for a man who was in Jackson, Mississippi, a friend of my family's, and this was before all the German cars, the Japanese cars, European cars came to this country. And that's the good news. The bad news was he was paying most of it in taxes to the government. So he needed real estate as a depreciation tax shelter. So I got involved with him in helping him develop properties, and that's how I got interested in developing and continue to develop properties. Went in business for myself in 1965, right after I moved to Los Angeles from Tucson, Arizona. I was basically doing real estate brokerage and development at the same time. I got the word that they were going to build a homeless shelter on 2nd Street. And I yelled and screamed. I said, that's going to ruin my business. I said, all the properties down in this whole area that I own are all going to depreciate. Well, of course, Santa Monica went ahead and did that. They sold the property to downtown on 2nd, and downtown Santa Monica did not miss a beat. It just kept growing and going. I was so embarrassed that I did this, that I decided to volunteer for what is now called the People Concern. I have been on the board of the People Concern for 19 years. My job is to give back to help people that are less fortunate than I. Between now and 2028, we hope to house 20,000 homeless people. The building where 24-Hour Fitness is now, the interior was developed by an architect. He had an airplane hanging from the ceiling, and his offices were absolutely gorgeous. But for one reason or other, he decided to move. And so we leased the space to a company out of Northern California, which was called Silicon Graphics. And they had these specialized computers that did special effects. And then a few weeks later, my partner, who incidentally happens to be my daughter, who is president of the company, and I decided to go down and see what was happening. We went down, and to our dismay, Silicon Graphics had gutted the whole building. The whole building was down. That beautiful building that we love was absolutely torn apart. And so we said, what on earth are you doing with our building? And gutted them to make them creative office the way Silicon Graphics was going to build their school. Now, to define a creative office, this space in which we are now is what I call plain vanilla. You've got a T-bar ceiling, you've got plain white walls, you've got carpet. It has no sex appeal. I'm a big golfer. I like to play golf. It keeps me young and hopefully healthy, and so that's what I do most of the time. But obviously I swim and try to be as active as I can. I'm on the board of St. John's Health Center, so I've been there for 40 years. I believe very strongly in trying to have a good health system. It's an exhilarating feeling to know that you have achieved something. You have to keep your eyes open for when the opportunity arises. We're a small developer, but we try to do the right thing. We try to treat our tenants correctly. We believe in a very strong relationship